The top 7 mistakes I see investors making. The first mistake that people make is they confuse high income with wealth. People who drive the fancy cars, have the big houses, they like to give the outward appearance of being very wealthy, but they aren't necessarily wealthy when it comes to their net wealth position. Thinking that high net wealth is the goal. I can tell you now, I have clients who have net wealths in excess of 10 mil, 15 mil in a period of time where their businesses have had major fractures, where they rely heavily on the income from their business. They are floundering. And there's no value in them telling me they're worth 10 mil or 15 mil if they can't actually do anything to harness that capital and make it deliver an income stream when they need it. The third mistake I see people make is abdicate. It's really important, if you really care about this concept of wealth creation, you cannot abdicate. It doesn't mean you don't need help, but you cannot hand the car keys to someone else and say, please get me to my destination. We tolerate big, fat, lazy pandas. So that's a phrase that I like to use to describe big assets. 2-bedroom unit in the eastern suburbs of Sydney earning you -3%. That's a big, fat, lazy panda, because if I have $1 million spare and it's sitting in an asset that may be growing each year, but really is underperforming, that to me is a big, fat, lazy panda. Fishing from a small pond. Australia as a country really does bat above its average in terms of our awareness of wealth. But the reality is we are fishing in a really small pond. And as tradespeople and builders, you guys would understand, good deals are thin on the ground. So we're fighting and we're competing for the same deals. We're not valuing the who. In the same way in business, we look around to find the resources that we need to get things done. We should be thinking the same way in the wealth world. We don't really diversify. So the definition of diversification here in Australia is to say, well, I bought one house in New South Wales, so now I'll go and buy another one in Victoria. Voila, I'm diversified. And what I really argue is that that is not really diversification.